We're going to have Mrs. Esther Abraham. Mrs. Abraham is someone who I've looked at from afar, who I respect so much. Some of us will not know she's the first Nigerian to be called to bar in Ontario. Miss Esther Abraham studied law at the University of Ife, now known as the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Great. She was called to bar in Nigeria in 1978. She moved to Ontario, Canada in 1988. Ms. Abraham successfully completed this education program and was called to bar of Ontario, Canada in 1992. Since her call to bar, she has practiced different areas of law. She's also a legal consultant in Canadian law for the state of New York. Ms. Abraham has been a motivator to many aspiring lawyers of Nigerian descent and other nationalities. In Canada for several decades, since her first call to the Ontario bar, Ms. Abraham flung open the doors of her law practice to numerous Nigerians and foreign trained lawyers, providing both employment and tutelage that enabled them to speedily climatize. At that time, the now much touted equity and diversity-oriented policy of the Law Society of Upper Canada were not in place. It was common for foreign trained lawyers to roam the street as cab drivers, nightclub bouncers, and general laborers without a practicable plan or opportunity to return to law practice. To this day, Ms. Abraham continues her career-saving and mentorship endeavors with even more determination. Many of Ms. Abraham's original mentees have imbibed a spirit of openness and generosity and have themselves in turn become mentors and opportunity creators. Through her faith in God, Ms. Abraham has beaten many odds triumphantly. Esther Abraham has been at various times a board member, sponsor, member of various associations and charities, which include but not limited to Christian Legal Fellowship, Vita Center, Miss Saga and Queen School Old Girls Association. Can you please welcome Ms. Esther Abraham?
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a privilege and joy to be asked to share a few words with the Nigerian Canadian professionals today. We all left our dear country to seek better lives in this country, and some others in other parts of the world. While the leaders of our country in the days gone by were very thoughtful and invested in the future generations so that colonialism will indeed be history and our country, though located in Africa, will compete competently without any problem and unhindered. With the developed world around us, the consequences that we suffer today flowing from the sequence of events in our country are not in any way the results envisaged and expected by the future-looking leaders who invested in us. And so we find ourselves here, brain drain in the country, and unappreciated where we are. What can we do now? Let us look at the multicultural society in which we find ourselves. Many communities bind together to establish themselves. For example, you have the Italian community, you have the Indian community, you have Ukrainian community, and others. Some of these communities have credit unions, banks, schools, and some are now making their marks in politics. There is an old adage that goes, when you are in Rome, do as the Romans do. As Nigerians, we need to come together with a common purpose to excel beyond the ugly ideas the world has about us as a people, and show, as Mr. Bayo Ogunlesi, the owner of the Gatwick Airport in England, and he owns another airport also there, and he also has recently, Mr. Ogunlesi has recently acquired the airport in Italy, and Dr. Olutoye, a gynecologist, an obstetrician in US, and the late Dr. Olatunde Odeko, who practiced medicine in Canada, that were people to be reckoned with. We're not the backbenchers. God endowed us with so much brain that we don't have to be where we are in the world, and specifically in Canada. People come to my country and ask, oh, we're so proud of you, you're black. And some actually forced me to mount my certificates because I refused to mount them after being called to the bar. And one threatened me that if I didn't mount them, she was going to mount them herself. So I put them up on the walls. I didn't mount them, not because they are not well earned. I didn't mount them because they didn't mean so much to me. To God be the glory wherever you find yourself. But you've got to prove it. And when people come and ask which country you are from, I am not ashamed to say I'm a Nigerian. You can talk of 419, you can talk of whatever you will, I am a Nigerian. And some of us are outstanding people. And we've got the brain that it takes to prove ourselves in the society. When they have seen how you've proven yourself, they will respect you. We need to get that respect back. And we need to be pushful, forward-looking, forward-moving. Don't come into the country and just join the troop. Prove yourself. That's one. We can move to greater heights together. Secondly, how do we do this? Let us embrace each other. Let's not pull each other down. Let's not backstab. Let's not pull down. Let us encourage each other. Look for the best in each other and for each other. There are communities that assist each other in settling in the country. Some assist in getting jobs. Some are entrepreneurs and hire people from their community. No one will help us as Nigerians if we don't wake up and help ourselves. God has blessed us with what it takes. Let us put aside all that hinder us from being the best that we can be, and let us shine. I wish us all the best.
Thank you very much, ma'am. She actually has shown us that in this country we can actually achieve whatever we plan to achieve. But talking about lawyers, it reminded me of something. On the way to get married, a young couple, they were involved in a fatal accident. The couple found themselves sitting at the Paisley gate waiting for St. Peter's to process them into heaven. While waiting, they thought to themselves, getting to heaven, could we still get married? Possibly yes, possibly no. When St. Peter showed up, they asked him, He said, is it possible for us to get married in heaven? We love each other so much. St. Peter said he was coming and then left. He went for a very long time. The couple sat and waited. They waited. 3 months passed and still nothing. Finally, St. Peter came back. Within that 3 months, while they were discussing, the lady told the guy, what if it doesn't work out? Well, so when St. Peter came, St. Peter said, yes, it's possible to get married in heaven, that there isn't an issue. The lady now asked, but is it possible to get divorced if our relationship doesn't work? St. Peter's face changed and he looked at, come on. And he said, I'm sorry, why is this? He said, it took me 3 months to find a priest in heaven who is going to get you married. How long do you think it will take me to find a lawyer?